Hi everyone, this is Azita, and today I would like to share with you how to do parenting, at least 15 tips of what to do and not to do at this time of rioting and looting that's happening outside. I'm not addressing this video for parents who have older children, teenagers for instance, because then the topic would be different. We will have social constructs that has to be explored with children and talked about, such as racism or social injustice, and how people addressing it right now. And this is a different conversation which is not part of what I'm going to do right now. This video is intended for parents with smaller children and helping them deal with the anxiety and the fear that's going on right now. First thing that is very obvious is please do not watch news with your children. They are very graphic scenes there, they can process it, it's extremely disturbing. The parents get disturbed in the middle of watching it, the child picks on it, and it's devastating. So please, if you want to watch news, watch it some other ways that your children aren't around, and instead watch movies or programs that are very light, funny, comedy, and things that are distracting, which I'm going to go later about this more in detail, but for now that's what you can do instead. And their favorite shows. I'm looking at my notes, I hope that's okay, I just don't want to forget. Also, do not stay away from losing control. Do whatever that you can do to make sure that you're confident in the situation right now. That means that both verbally and non-verbally you're gonna show confidence with your tone of voice, with your body posture, with your facial expression. These are the non-verbal messages you're gonna give to your child that you are in control, that you got it, that you're gonna make sure nothing is gonna happen, and that you are in full control of the situation, no matter how difficult and how out of control the situation is outside. And that's confidence, that I have it in me to protect you, my child, in this situation. Now, if you don't mean it, if you don't actually believe it, that's fine. Pretend it if it's possible for now and act that way. And verbally you also would say it, as I said, I'm having it, I can control it, we are safe, we are in control, and I'm going to do whatever I have in my power to make sure that our safety is assured. And you're going to say it the way I said it verbally, and also with your posture and tone of voice. Now, if you don't have it in you and you think it's going to leak, this is what I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to address later also about some other tips for that. Do not lie to your children. Meaning, if you're scared or having all this anxiety, it's going to ooze out and they're going to see it. Instead, tell them that you are anxious or scared. It's okay. It's perfectly okay to tell them. In fact, when you tell them, you are teaching them that it's okay to express fear and anxiety. It is allowed because you're doing it, you're modeling it for them. So say it, but you have to add something on top of it. I am scared and I'm anxious, but I am in control. Remember, there is a difference between feelings and action. We can be scared, but at the same time, we can act in a way that is very, I can't say correct, but we can act in a way that is helpful and guarantees safety and is on top of things. Now you can say that, and also you can come up with examples for your children and make up stories that once upon a time either you or a family member, your father, your mother, somebody was scared, but still they could maintain their calmness and they could do actions that were really, really helpful. And this is what you're going to do. Or you can come up with the examples of like firefighters who are for sure scared of fire, but they're going to manage it and they're very strong and they usually take care of the fire. So that's the persona that you want to give to your children, that's who you are. And remember, parents are like gods for their children. If the god trembles down, the child gets extremely disturbed. As if, imagine you believe in your God, and then you feel, oh my God is a weak entity. Then it's really disturbing, it's very unsettling. So we want to make sure that you can present yourself that way. You are the God of your child. And of course, there's a caveat here: we are not gods and we are scared, which I'm going to address this later. But make sure you maintain that kind of a position, because your children need that. Okay. So you're gonna say, I'm scared, but I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna protect you. So the behavior which I was saying is, for instance, if something happens, even though I'm scared, I'm gonna call police, for instance. I'm gonna make sure we are not going to places we don't have to go, and we are in a place that it's safe. So it brings me to the next one, which is stay very factual with your children and stay away from the emotional state of it. For instance, you can say, we are safe. Remember, we are providing safety and hope. This is the two messages I want you to have: safety and hope, and give that message to your children that you are going to do them. Now, when you're staying factual, you're telling them, we are safe because we are this and this and these surroundings. And we are safe again because we are not doing things that are not safe, aka we are not going in the middle of the riots, we are not going in places that are dangerous, and therefore I am in control, and I know what I'm doing. So the child feels that the parent knows what he's doing and is not going to expose the child to danger. The other tip is, do not downplay the situation. Do not downplay anybody's feelings. Do not say everything is okay. Do not lie. Things are not okay, and the child knows, and he or she can pick up from your words and the way you say it. So do not downplay it. Everything is okay, everything. No, it's not okay. But everything will be okay, because I'm gonna make sure that I will make it happen. I'm gonna make it okay on my end with whatever I have. And I'm a smart person, and I am a very strong character, and I'm gonna make it happen. I might be scared, but I'm gonna do it. So my behavior is gonna go forward, although I'm scared. Okay. Do not disregard their feelings. Don't tell them, don't be scared, don't be sad, don't be anxious. Please stay away from all those don'ts, because you're going to give them the message that something is wrong with being scared, number one, and you're going to give them a message that you're not allowed to be scared, and these are not good. Instead, you can say, I understand you're scared. Everybody is scared, and this is normalizing. It's very powerful. And you can at the same time say, come tell me, I want to hear what you're scared of. It is a very scary situation. Even I am scared, but we're going to be fine. Come and tell me what is bothering you. And then here is the most important thing, your non-verbal message, your tone of voice. Say it in a way that is comforting for your child. Provide body contact, hold the child, be in the very close proximity, comfort, and then inquire. Want to know what's going on with them, and tell them, I want to hear. Tell me what's scaring you. What part is it? The helicopter running up in the sky right now, which we are hearing it all day and all night? Is that what it is? Tell me, what do you want to know? I want to hear you. All right, so let me see what's the next one. Do not add to their fear, please. I know parents, we are all human beings, we get scared. But if you feel that this fear is not containable on your end, please take it somewhere else. Call your friends, talk to your partner, family members. Do not show it to your children as much as possible. You have to regulate it differently, and I'm going to talk about it later with how to give you some tips about how to regulate and how to tolerate this distress. Okay, so do not add to your children's feelings. Your position is to maintain confidence and give hope. I'm going to give the tips to you later on, so it's not going to confuse the session here. Let me see. Okay. Do not let your children sit and vegetate. Do something with them. Couple of reasons for that. One is, when children don't do anything, then the odds of them being traumatized is much higher. Action is what counts here. Engage them with something, and the more calming and comforting and pleasant activity it is, the better it is. And the more it comes from the child, the better it is. You can say, okay, so it brings me to the next one, which is, do not tell them we should do this or we should do that with a non-verbal message that is really disturbed. Instead, you can say, let's do this and that. Let's go and bake something. Let's go and clean this room. With pleasure. Please remember, if it's the task, then it adds to the anxiety. And if you're dysregulated and you do it, you'd better just not do it. It's supposed to bring calmness and pleasure to this very chaotic outside world we have right now. So you would say, let's do baking and make it pleasant. Let's go clean the refrigerator. Let's fold these sheets or these clothes. Let's organize this drawer as a fun activity. Remember, everyday things can be really fun if it's presented that way. Now, there's a caveat. For the child to take the lead is even better. You can say, what do you want to do together right now? What makes you feel good? If the child cannot come up with something, you say, let's do such and such. So the action helps the child not to get traumatized. Lack of action is what traumatizes people, both adults and children. Let me see what else I have for you here. Again, differentiate between feelings and behavior. It means we can be sad and scared or whatever, but our behavior is what counts. We can do everything in the context of those feelings. I can be scared, but still I can take action and protect my family. And this is the message you want to bring to your child. It's the behavior, and although I'm scared, I am able to do the right behavior and protect you. So that's the message. And remember, if you can practice this, and it's not easy, I know I'm just saying it and it sounds easy, it's not easy, but remember, this is both skills that you're modeling for your child and also a practice time for yourself if you don't have it inside you. So this is an ample opportunity to practice these skills and model, and you give life lessons for your children to be able to rise up and go forward against all odds, against all this fear that's out there. Okay, let me see what else. I have made so many notes for you. Okay. Now, I'm going to address what I told you earlier, which is, if you are one of those parents that the fear consumes you because of your past, your childhood and stuff, that is the time that you need to regulate yourself. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips for that, because that would help you and your children. Number one is, imagine that you are, for instance, what helps a lot of parents is that you are a hibernating bear. You have seen bears that it's winter time and they're going to a very low level of energy, they feel very sleepy and they just want to rest. The metabolism comes down, everything gets slowed down. Or imagine, a movie in a what do they call it? They call it, I'm forgetting the word, a slow motion format. Everything's bring everything to the bare minimum of energy. like slow down your tone of voice. Soft, make your tone of voice softer. Everything softer, like a bear that is ready to hibernate. Now, this imagery might not work for you, but might work with other person, or like a gramophone, the old ones that is going to rotate slower. So the verbiage that you use would be in a slower pace. Everything would be softer. Bring everything down in your own metabolism system as if you're a hibernating bear. If you can't do it, couple of things that you can do to get you there is deep breathing. Most of you probably know what that is, but this is what I'm going to say, make it a little bit easier. At least 3 deep breaths, and the deep breath would be the whole chest opens up, and the trick is to hold it at least 5 seconds or so, and then slowly breathe out. Do this for 3 times, and then regular breathing, and then again 3 times and regular breathing. It will calm you down, I promise you. And then again, self-talk to yourself. That's another tip I have for you. You are responsible to calm yourself down. As the parent, that is your job, to calm yourself down. And you should do the utmost efforts of yours to do that. And say that to yourself, I am going to be very calm right now. I'm very scared, but I'm going to show confidence to my children right now. No matter what, I'm going to do my best to do that. I have to calm down. Everything would be okay. I have power. I will manage. Remind yourself of the powers you have. Remind yourself of the time you had power in your past. So self-talk is extremely important. And also, we have some distress regulation or distress tolerance, which I'm going to address, or maybe not for this video, another time if time allows. Now again, one of the things that can help you if you're so distressed is differentiate between reality and perceived fear. So if this fear is reality based, if you are in fact among the group that is in danger, or if it's perceived and you think you're in danger because of the past history you have with trauma. It's extremely important to differentiate. And if you know that you are safe, really are safe, then you have to remind yourself that I am safe, I am just triggered. The situation outside is very scary because it reminds me of such and such, but I am triggered. So distinguish that and remind yourself, talk to yourself. Please remember to address things age appropriately. You don't talk to a child who's small, talk about things that they can't understand and cognitively process and emotionally process. Make your language also age appropriate. The way you talk to a small child, probably you know this, is very different than an older child. Especially for older children, do not baby them. Engage them with age appropriate concept of social construct that's going on right now. Also, the last tip that I have for you is please loosen up your rules and regulations in the house. Whatever brings comfort, give that. If it means more playing with video games or more playing or watching TV and cartoons, allow that. These are distress tolerance skills when there is nothing else to do. It helps your child regulate. It opens up a space for you to calm yourself down. And nothing bad is going to happen to them if it's a little bit more extended of a TV time for them. If it's a good TV and it's not scary for them. And last but not least is please know that we parents fail. In fact, we are not gods. Of course, we are put in a position of a god because we have children, but we are not gods. We make mistakes, we tremble down, we are scared. And all of these are okay as long as you be truthful about it and you say, I'm going to do my best and I have power. And at the same time, sorry, I lost my train of thought. And at the same time, know that children are very resilient, and Even if you make a mistake and you tremble down and you shout and scream, or you show tremendous amount of fear, you can do it correct. You can do a corrective behavior next time. Children get really, they heal very quickly when the corrective experience happens. So if one time or two times happens that you fail, do not be harsh on yourself. Parenting is super tough, and children are resilient as long as you can do the corrective behavior next time. This is about the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it is helpful for you. I am also on Instagram live Monday mornings at 11 a.m. Los Angeles time, and it is Azita Sach 2020. You can be there Monday mornings at 11. I always have things about parenting. You can ask questions and I will address them. Be safe, and hopefully this will pass. See you next time.